Lest you think it's every girl's dream to be the dancing bear with the circus, you would be wrong. It wasn't this girl's dream. I was forced to be the bear by circus management for leaving my highly successful position as circus marketing director, traveling ahead of the show, to marry the circus band leader and live on the show. Marriage changed my career trajectory. Now that my husband was making the lion's share of the money, I could leave my lucrative marketing job for this unexpected, yet apparently much needed one as the non-lucrative dancing bear, all in order to live in marital bliss. Except I felt like a caged animal. Unfortunately, the marriage didn't work out. No one's fault, stuff on both sides. Although there was a rumble in the jungle about an alleged affair with a baboon trainer. Strangely, that wasn't important to me. Here's what was. I was asked for the divorce. Even though I knew the relationship had problems, I was leveled when I heard those words, I want a divorce. In fact, I had to rush to the restroom in the Chicago restaurant where we were having the talk because I thought I was going to faint. It was actually horrible. He was performing with another circus in Illinois, had a few days off, so I flew from Los Angeles, where I was living, to be with him. Much to my surprise, I was going in without a net, entering our relationship grand finale. When I regained consciousness and went back to the table, I didn't blame, cry, or yell. I went inward. I instinctively felt that healing my emotional wounds, self-reflecting, and grieving the loss of my imperfect marriage was where my focus needed to be. Upon my return to California, I started what I now call the emotional divorce, the grieving. Every night after work, with my brother's dog, Carmen, who became my emotional support animal, I walked for an hour while processing a clown car of emotions. And then magically, at the end of a year, I emerged as a happy, healthy person again. When the legal divorce was filed, it was amicable. Coincidentally, the name of the baboon trainer? Carmen, the same name as my brother's dog, my support animal, and you cannot make this stuff up. That was exactly 30 years ago, but I am telling you, the memory is always fresh. Years later, when I became a divorce mediator, I was able to use my experience grieving before filing to help others understand their divorce experience better. I remember in the early days of my mediation practice, I had two couples who were incredibly kind and respectful to one another. As we were signing the judgment package, I had to ask each couple, and the judgment package is the last thing filed, how was it that you were able to make all the settlement decisions without arguing? Both couples answered basically the same way, so I paraphrase. Oh, Judy, it wasn't always like that. In the beginning, we were your typical warring couple. Then we decided we didn't want to behave that way. We entered the marriage with love, and we wanted to end the marriage with grace. So we hired a therapist to help us unravel the issues of the marriage for the sole purpose of forgiving ourselves and reconnecting as friends. Here are the 3 steps to an amicable divorce. Number 1, set the intention to be amicable. Intention is the foundation from which we establish the tone and the direction of the divorce. Number 2, Understand that grieving is necessary to end a marriage. And look at grieving in a positive way, to heal, calm the heart, clear the mind, and evolve out of the marriage as a new emotional being. There's an Illinois judge, Terry A. Crone, who nails grieving brilliantly. Quote, "Couples come to court disputing what? Almost always they say it's over who gets the Velvet Elvis painting. I swear, every case has a Velvet Elvis painting. But it's never over the painting. It's over the hurt." End quote. And number 3, hire a therapist or a divorce coach, someone who understands the 7 stages of divorce grief, which are shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, forgiveness. The whole point of grieving is to reconnect the head with the heart to work in consort with one another again. That's what hiring a professional will do. They will take us from grieving to decision making. When we've reached acceptance, it's time to file. But when we've reached forgiveness, we are in control of our happiness again. There's a man you have to know, Bill Eddy, divorce attorney, social worker, phenomenal mediator, but most importantly, author of over 25 books on high-conflict divorce. In his book, Splitting, Eddy addresses grieving in this way. He explains, healing has to happen before face-to-face problem solving can effectively take place. For an amicable divorce, grieve before filing. You cannot make sound legal decisions with a bleeding heart. To start, communicate. Communicate to your spouse your need to grieve, especially if you're the one who was asked for the divorce. If you're the initiator, allow your spouse the time you've had, sometimes up to a year, to process their emotions. If both spouses grieve before filing, no one will argue over who gets the Velvet Elvis painting. And can we give it up for the bear?